Good afternoon. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewerline Check Professionals. I'm here at 401 19th Street in Santa Monica, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line for Robert Budman. The main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which lies exterior to the structure and is underground. It connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which are interior to or underneath the structure. Today's video examination is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. Now I've accessed today's main sewer line from a 3-inch maintenance cleanout here in the back of the yard, and the line runs from the back porch area. Basically runs directly in a direct path towards the back fenced wall area. There's a lemon tree and another tree, and I'll show you when we pull out, but it basically runs in a pretty much direct path to the public sewer, which is actually running through the very, very back of the yard along that wall. So it's about 74 feet in length, and I'll be coming back here and explaining some of the characteristics and some of the stuff that we're running into. Now, here's one thing just right off the bat. We are pulling back into a vitrified clay sewer piping. The vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines, has a long service life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity, and has a tendency to lighten roots of the joint areas. Now, there's some stress cracking here. You can see at the top of the screen. I'm going to clear off my camera a little bit. Pull back. See the top of the screen there, basically directly in the center. There's some cracking up at the top. There's also some root intrusions occurring at that joint area to the public sewer. Now, like I said, the roots in a clay system are considered maintenance concerns, and minor stress cracking is not something that we're too concerned about. However, when we're looking at or noticing bigger breaks or damages, those are cause for repair. Now, I will say as we're coming back through this that there is a lot of sections that have some pretty excessive buildup of roots. Now, the problem with that is it's making it pretty hard for me to be able to be completely conclusive as to the condition of some of these joint areas. Doesn't mean that there is a break there, but it's hard to say when the entire joint is covered in roots. And here we're coming along another section. Similar, and we're experiencing this a lot of the way back. Now, see here, there's so many roots that the camera has essentially tunneled its way through. It's impossible for me to see that upper part of the pipe, and this is definitely excessive. Our recommendation in these circumstances would be to get the line hydrojetted and have a follow-up inspection done to be able to be completely conclusive. Alright, and I'm just going to keep pulling back here. Still on this vitrified clay. And like I said earlier, pretty common that we find roots in this clay piping. And here's another section that's a little bit too excessive for us to just say that it's common. Just another section here of this, some roots. I haven't seen any major breaks or damages thus far, but like I said earlier, it's hard to be completely conclusive when the majority of the pipe is blocked off with those roots. A little bit of build up here. It's primarily just due to those roots. And I'm going to get a better idea after this line's been cleaned out. Again, there's some sections of those roots. Okay, now we're coming into a section of an ABS, or other similar style modern plastic piping. And the plastic piping is an excellent material for main sewer lines. Has a long service life expectancy like the clay, however, is not as fragile, and so it's intended to be impervious to root intrusions when installed properly. And it's a bit more flexible, so you're not seeing as much of those breaks and damages. Now, there is one concern I'm having here with this, is that there is roots coming in. Now, because of the design of the clean out, it's hard to say that the roots are coming in from the plastic. As you can see here, they're coming in on this left side. It might be from part of the it might be from some of the building drain line system. So when the line gets hydrojetted, it wouldn't be a bad idea for them to touch upon some of the building drain line system and that part checked out. But see, we're going to come out and I'll show you the clean out, which is access we use today. Alright, so here's just it's got this cap right over here. And that was our access point. And mentioned here that lemon tree over there at the far end of the yard. The line pretty much runs in a direct path heading towards that tree right over there, and then along that wall is where that public sewer is actually running, right along that wall there. Alright, so with that I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of today's examination. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Throughline Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.